The second element is finance. Do you have enough finances for your education or for your needs? Probably. Are you able to save yourself for future? Are you well paid in the job? Are you able to take care of your studies? Again, finances plays an important role, guys, in order to make you successful. Um, Again, investing in the right place is very important. Um, just giving an example, you're investing your finances, maybe in the activities which gives you pleasure. To some extent, it is good, but as compared to if you invest the same amount of finances in your diploma degree, of course, that will enhance your career. So create a right balance, right? Save your pocket money. Save some part of pocket money. Have some monthly or weekly budget allocated to yourself and be strict on that budget. Maybe you can do a side job that will also give you some exposure, and that will not only enhance your experience to the job sector, but also the network outside. You will exactly know, you are well prepared before you even get into the corporate world. And of course, you will have some additional funds alongside yours, right? Become a brand conscious only once you start earning. Don't use expensive things just as a part of comparison and rat race. I mean, this happens a lot in today's world, but I feel that this is very important that, you know, just don't do things or buy things to show off to your piece, because this is an endless process. And if you get into this trap, you know, I'm never going to come out. So just be okay with, not being very brand conscious. Find out things that suits your needs rather. Okay. Um, Also look out for better buy options. Spend on right things like books, workshops, diploma courses, health and wellness, right? Don't fall for rat race and comparisons, because this feeling of pleasure is temporary. You might like it, but again, you will never be able to come out of this particular rat race and competition and show off. It's like a trap, as I told you. um, well, let me ask you a few questions again. When it comes to family front, in what way you contribute to your family, what all areas you support them, right? How would you define your relationships with your siblings and with your parents? Answer this for yourself. And some of the tips that I can give you to take care of, to improve your relations with your family members, could be participate in all your home related discussions during your lunch or dinner time. Ask them about their whereabouts, ask them about how their day was, right? See which all areas of household you can support them. Sometimes you can get into cooking also. I associate a lot with my husband and my son in the kitchen, right? Because most of the times during the day we are busy. I'm in my webinars, my son is in this online schooling, and my husband is also in his own webinars and calls, right? So some of the time that I find to associate and spend quality time is in the kitchen. I get them involved and they help me in the kitchen. They also have started learning to cook simple recipes. So see how you all can associate with your family members. Spend some quality time with them. Now, this quality time is not very difficult. It can be in the kitchen. It can be, I also bond with my family, with my husband and son, while watching a Netflix movie. It's as simple as that. Take some time out from the game, from the friends, and spend some time with family. They are going to be with you for the rest of your life, right? Nobody is going to come if you face any bad situation, or any, some uncertain situation in life. Your family is only going to be with you. They are only going to stand by you. Nobody else is going to come. No social media friend is going to come, right? So come out of this social media hangover and participate in your practical life. Be present in your practical life. Also, at times, there are conflicts at home. Your parents probe, they ask, they doubt, they show anger, but I think there is always a positive intention behind every behavior. Understand that. Why are they behaving in such a way? Are they worried about your future? Are they concerned about your health? It's all about security, protectedness, and ensure that you really are doing good and you have a good life. So understand and appreciate that. Be thankful to that you have such kind of a loving and understanding parents. Also seek guidance from them from time to time and make their opinion count. Don't just show that you know everything. Give them that importance. Give them that respect. Ask them, right? Show them gratitude, be thankful, be appreciative towards simple efforts of theirs. My son always appreciates me in the dining table saying that, Mom, this is wonderful. Even if I cook dal rice, he appreciates me, and I just love that part of his. That even if it's a simple dal rice, he appreciates me. So I'm sure you all have lot much to appreciate to your parents, right? There is a generation gap, but I also feel that being millennials, you are much more smarter and you can take that lead to bridge the gap and understanding. Take that lead, guys. So, well, when it comes to social angle, I again would like to ask you some questions. Are you introvert or extrovert? Are you the one who is leading the conversations, or you need to be pulled into the conversations? Are you inactive? Are you active? How do you find yourself when you are in your group? Are you comfortable talking to any kind of a group, address any kind of group? Are you shy? You feel a little not very comfortable in the group, unbelonged to group. So what kind of skills and qualities would you like to develop if you really have to develop social skills? What is it that you need to change, right? How can you improve the pace around in the social world? So few tips that I can give is, when you are in a group together, use this talk mindset, where together means sharing the conversation and not dominating it. At times, we are the ones who are continuously talking. Like today, I'm the one who is dominating and who is continuously talking because I'm not connected to you now. I'm not able to reach out to you, right? But generally, my sessions are very interactive, and I love participants reciprocating with me, interacting with me. So together means sharing the conversation and not dominating it, right? Don't try to prove your point. Don't try to show how intelligent you are. Don't just try to keep talking all the time. Don't take the space entirely. Give others also chance to talk, right? And if they're not talking, pull them in the conversation. Ask questions that, hey, you have been to that place, what do you think, how's that place, how's the food there, right? Ask them questions, get them involved in the conversation. It has to be a conversation. So involve everyone by asking, engaging them, giving them reference of some incidences, right? Authentic means be open and be genuine enough to share what you really feel about anything that is happening around, right? So even if it means to make other people, if even if it hurtful or it makes people uncomfortable, you can be authentic self, right? Learn and listen. So at times we just want to prove our point, so I would like to say that listen to people first and listen with an intention of understanding and learning about them, not proving your point to them, right? Keep it simple, as in make your talks very simple, easy language, easy words, no big dialogues, unless you are in a fun mode and unless everybody is in the fun mode or unless you are on stage. Okay. So effective communication also means that you get the result that you have communicated for. If you consider this mantra, this belief in life, your communication will always fetch an outcome, right? Effective communication means the desired result for which you have communicated. This is the mantra that I follow. And this is also one of the belief of excellence, right? So how will you ensure that your communication receives an outcome? Three simple steps. Ensure that you communicate using their language, their words, their keywords, and in their style which they understand it. Also check for if they have understood the message. You can always ask, hey, was I clear? Did you understand? So what will you do next? So how do we go about? Ask them questions so that they come up with answers saying, so probably we are first going here. And as you suggested, I'm not going to talk to this person because he's rude, right? So they will tell you going forward what is going to happen. And the third step is simple. Make sure that the words are very simple. They understand those words, no harsh vocabularies, no slangs, and probably keep them in a listening zone, right? Try to first speak about their interests, bring them in a listening zone, and then you might talk. And also, if you think that, certain things are difficult to remember, relate them with an example so that they are easily able to understand and absorb your conversation, communication, or logics or concepts. Okay, so the way that I'm continuously giving you an example and making you understand certain things. So that was social. Spiritual, as I told you, is a very different bent of our life, right? Everybody has a different definition of spiritualism. Um, I would not want to impose my definition, but I would like to share my definition on spiritualism is a way of life, a desired way of life. I practice spiritualism to live a good life, to live a healthy life, and I consider it as a part of liberation and enlightenment. I think it has helped me grow as an individual, as a professional, as a human being to a larger extent. So I give a large part of my success to spiritualism. Now I want you to discover it for yourself, how it works for you, what it is for you, and how would you like to proceed it, right? So some questions to ponder on. Have you yet developed any spiritual bent to life? What kind of understanding you have towards spiritualism? Do you follow any leader like Sadhguru or Gaur Gopal Das for better living and rules for life? And some tips that I can give is again, find out any spiritual reader who resonates with you, right? You can also start with reading a good book. One of the book that changed my life was the Seven Laws of Spiritual Success. This is written by Deepak Chopra. No, 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 not Deepak. Khorshid, and it is based on a true story. So here I could get all my answers to all my existential questions, like what happens after death and all of those things. I love this book. This is based on automatic writing. So this was one book that was life changing. The other book is written by um, Deepak Chopra. The okay, the seven Okay, this book is written by Deepak Chopra. The seven principles of spiritual success. This is written by Deepak Chopra. And the other book is The Laws of Spirit World, written by Khorshid. I just got mixed it up, guys. I'm sorry. So you can start with these two books and probably however and whatever it works for you. I would love to know about what were your thoughts on spiritualism. And once you start reading a book, something that resonates with you, keep following. And once you feel that it is giving you some results and you have developed some mindfulness, peace, happiness around yourself for people around you, maybe you can practice it. Maybe you can consider practicing it, right? So, as I told you, spiritualism is different for different people. It's a desired way of life. Some definitions that I would like to put across spiritualism is mindfulness and meditation. It is to develop higher consciousness, and it is learning about the laws of nature, right? So these are certain definitions that I've come across in my life. Health and wellness is again one of the most important part of our life. There can be no wealth without uh, health, right? I remember the days when I'm not feeling well, when I have this spondylitis issue, I'm not able to focus on my trainings, right? And so it's very important to have a very healthy health and wellness kind of a lifestyle. So a couple of checkpoints is I would like to know if you often get sick or do you have any chronic ailments. Chronic ailments do suggest that we have some kind of a stress or suppressed emotion. Not always, but to some extent, right? Do you lack energy and motivation? Especially once you get up from the bed, how do you really feel? You feel energetic or you feel a little lazy? Your body is achy. If that is the case, guys, you need to work on your health and wellness. You need to build your physical fitness. Are you overweight and lethargic? See, overweight is not just about looks, but it is also about your health perspective going forward now from 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or maybe at the old age. It becomes very difficult for you to balance the body and take care of your nervous system, right? So your nervous system becomes through your uh, Metabolism it slows down if you're really obese person, right? And then you might tend to generate diseases like heart diseases or diabetes or thyroid and diseases like that. So some emotional issues can be, do you get upset easily? Are you short tempered? You have low self esteem, right? So if you really feel that you have certain kind of issues, I would suggest you to, read books on those particular topics and try to make it practical, guys. Reading books is one part and making it practical, at least for things that you felt that you should work on, that you should improve on, is very important. Or probably you can hire a coach or a mentor who will guide you in that direction, right? So again, few health tips can be: recall your positive events. Don't think of bad memories, always think of good memories. If you think of good memories, of course, you will think good and you will produce good for this world and for yourself. Perform act of kindness. When we do certain things to help others, to uplift others, we feel, there are um, what do you call it, emotional enzymes that are being excreted from our body, and you feel happy from within. So perform certain acts of kindness. Practice mindfulness. Again, how would you practice mindfulness is probably you can meditate. Meditate at least 5 to 10 minutes in a day, not more actually. You can also, go for a jog. You can do yoga, anything that suits you to start with. And probably once you develop a habit, you will want to do it more. And express gratitude and forgive people. So there are a lot many things that happens to us. At times people are rude to us, they insult us, they make us feel a little, they belittle us in front of other people. Now again, forgive such kind of a people, but don't forget what learnings it gave, right? What could you have done that people would not have behaved in such a particular fashion, right? So there is nothing one-sided, everything happens twice-sided. So forgive people, express gratitude, appreciate people, give them credits for what they have done. This is one way of positive thinking. And certain things like in your day to day, take a walk after every while. Um, even if you are a student who are in a college, if you want to talk to someone, just take a walk and speak to that person instead of messaging him on WhatsApp. Instead of coffee, replace it with green tea, ginger tea, or any other tea that you would like for that matter. Keep all those cold drinks away and keep it only restricted till the party time. Alcoholism is also much happening, especially in metros and at a very young age. Alcoholism and smoke. I would like you all to consider working on these habits. You are at a very early age now and you will be able to curb those habits. But once you have passed a particular age, it becomes very difficult to take away those habits or overcome those habits. So start working on from now itself. And I am highly recommending you exercise regularly, any time during the day. Now, intellectual. Are you aware about current affairs? By current affairs, I'm not really pointing it towards Sushant Singh Rathod or Kangana or things like that. I'm asking you about the current government affairs, the rules, the economy, the budget, and the current businesses, blooming businesses and dying businesses. Are you aware about those? The current innovations and research that has taken place? Which areas are you passionate about? I mean, what apart from your work would you really like? Like, if you ask me, I'm very passionate singer and I love to dance. I like watching choreography and I like doing also a dancing as well. So these are my areas of passion which I work on specifically apart from work. What is it that you're good at apart from education or job? If you ask me this question, I'm good at singing because I practice that. I have developed that art. Do you read books, novel, biographies? I do read a lot of it, and all of it. I sometimes read novels just to, uh, you know, um take away stress from me, just to lighten my mood. I read biographies because I get a lot of inspiration, strategies, and ideas from biographies. And I do read books related to my profession as well. You keep upgrading knowledge, research about your field and latest trends. Are you aware about the latest trends that is happening currently? Um, And do you keep upgrading knowledge on your particular field as well? What are your value systems, beliefs, and are you really confident about yourself, about your future? What are you doing to develop your EQ and IQ? How do you develop? You read books? So basically, these questions are answers itself. So you can do all of those things in order to develop your intellectual capacity, right? Now, भाई सक्सेसफुल होना है, कैसे होना है ये भी पता चल गया, सारे एलिमेंट्स भी पता चल गए. Now, how are people really successful? The first thing is you have to dream, you have to imagine, you have to visualize how you want to become successful. You have to imagine the process of it each day, every day. And while you dream, you also should desire. Unless you dream, you will not be able to desire. Dream से ही तुम्हारे desires बढ़ेंगे. It's just like you think of chocolate pastry and then you start craving for it. Unless you dream about it, unless you visualize it, you will not be able to crave for it. So dream and desires go hand in hand. You have to dream to be able to desire. And unless you desire, you will not want to go for it, right? So these are the two important parts. And once you desire, look for a direction. Check if you're going in a right direction. If your direction is right, कैसे check करोगे? अगर आप अपने milestones achieve कर रहे हो, that means your direction is right. And if you're not succeeding, if you're failing all the time at some or the other step, then probably your direction is not right. Then probably check with your mentors, check with experts, find out and research and check how you can rectify your direction. Now, once you know that you are going in the right direction, you are getting results, that also means you need dedication, right? Dedication matlab रोज तुमको उस चीज को प्रैक्टिस करना है, फोकस देना है. You have to dedicatedly work on improving your craft. You have to raise your bars all the time. Like when I completed my NLP certification, my first part was to be able to deliver my first session on practitioner level. मैंने वो किया. उसके बाद मुझे मास्टर लेवल पे ट्रेनिंग देना था, वो किया. फिर मुझे इंडिया के बाकी पार्ट्स में देना था, मैंने वो किया. एंड देन रिसेंटली आई डिलीवर्ड ट्रेनिंग टू on a global level, where people from South America, South Africa, UK, Paris, France, काफी अलग अलग places से आए हुए थे, right? So now my next aim is to visit different countries and deliver these seminars. So you have to keep raising your bar. You have to be dedicated, right? And you have to follow a disciplined lifestyle. This will not happen. Your dreams will not come true if you're not disciplined. You have to ensure that you have a regular routine. You can of course take breaks in between. जैसे at times ऐसा होता है, if the entire week I have been delivering webinars morning and evening, then I take a break of at least 2 days, right? So, but I have a regular discipline and I take a break which is mindful break, which is a conscious break, which I am aware about, and I'm choosing that break, right? So discipline is something which you have to make a choice of. You have to do things with consciousness and not just, take life as it comes to you. सो डिटर्मिनेशन, तुम्हारा विल पावर स्ट्रांग होना बहुत जरूरी है. तुम्हें जिद्दी से उसके पीछे पड़ना पड़ेगा. एंड यू हैव टू स्टिक टू योर डेडलाइंस. अगर तुमने डिसाइड किया है कि 1 महीने में तुम्हारा ये टारगेट है, तुमको ये अचीव करना है, तो यू शुड बी एबल टू अचीव दैट इन 1 मंथ, विद इन दैट मंथ, in 1 month or towards the end of the month. If you are not able to achieve within the deadlines, then you need to either check a strategy, then you need to either check if you're disciplined, if you're focused, if your direction is right. कहीं तो गड़बड़ हो रही है, right? So these are 6 D's of success. So Maslow's needs of hierarchy, we all know very well that unless our basic needs are fulfilled, we cannot transcend to the next level, that is psychological needs. And unless our psychological needs are met, we cannot move towards self-actualization in our life. It means अगर हमें खाना, sleep और पानी अच्छा मिल रहा है, like if we get a very good physiological and biological conditions around us, we feel satisfied, we feel secured, and then only we think of a security, health and finance and career probably, right? Basically the safety needs, basically the basic needs. जब हमारी ये तीनों चीजें भी मीट हो रही है, तभी हम आगे फ्रेंडशिप, फैमिली, कनेक्शंस, सोशल को सीख करेंगे. अगर सेफ्टी नीड्स ही मीट नहीं हुई है तो लव और बिलोंगिंगनेस हमारे दिमाग में आएगा ही नहीं, राइट? एंड once we feel belonged, once we feel loved towards the society and family, then only we think of the the higher level of need, that is the need for feeling a little different from the people, a need for esteem, right? जहाँ पे तुम्हारा एक अलग ओहदा हो, जहाँ पे तुम्हें रिकग्निशन मिले, जहाँ पे तुम्हें रिवॉर्ड्स मिले, right? जहाँ पे तुम्हें सराहा जाए. And only when this happens, then only you can go to the next level, which is the last level, which is the self-actualization, which I call it as a pinnacle of success. जहाँ पे you have achieved everything and you are at the top of your creative side and you are living your life for the social cause. जहाँ पे तुमने सब कुछ अचीव कर लिया है, अब तुम एक सोशल कॉज के लिए तुम जी रहे हो, and money and success and name and fame is a byproduct of it, right? So we all live for this last level. Most of us don't even realize what the last level is, and last level exists actually, and they just pass by, right? So few steps to self-mastery is be self-aware, right? Be aware about your thoughts, about your actions, about your habits, about your behaviors, about your strengths, weaknesses, right? And once you are aware about yourself, be an explorator, right? Explore what is there in this nature, in this universe. Be a discoverer, right? And once you explore, once you discover something unique about yourself, develop an understanding towards it, right? And when you are able to do that, then only you'll be able to experience that self-acceptance and love towards yourself, which will bring out a transformation in you, and that will lead you to self-mastery, right? So these are different stages. And with this, I would just like to say that in a short period of time, I would just like to convey a message that success is all about managing all the spheres of your life, like love, relationships, relationship with your family, relationship with your friends and the social world out there, your network, right? The spiritualism, the intellectual capacity, your finances, the love for profession, your passion, your hobbies, all of it together. You have to make a conclusion of all of it together in order to achieve that self-actualization state. And in order to achieve all of that, it's very important that you dream, desire, you check your direction, you stick to your deadlines, you have a disciplined lifestyle. Like if you ask me, I really wake up early in the morning at 6:30 every day, even on weekends. I'm like a ghost at 6:30 p.m. Nobody is awake, not even in my home, nobody in the neighborhood also, but I am awake. This corona has not changed this habit of mine. And I'm up because I want that me time. I read books along with a cup of coffee. So I have a disciplined lifestyle. I have a structured lifestyle so that I have time for, what I need to master my skill or art. So I can read books, I can attend different seminars, and that's the reason why discipline in life is very important. If you are not following a disciplined lifestyle, if you are not planning, if you don't have a clarity about where you want to go in your life, then probably you're just driven by life. You are taking life as it comes to you, right? So determination, willpower is equally very important. Failures बहुत आएंगे, but हमें जम के मेहनत करनी है. We have to believe that we can do anything in this world. Unless you believe that you are a go-getter and you can achieve anything in this world, uh, determination is a bit tough. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to, every time you fall, you have to give hand to yourself. You have to pat on the back for coming so far, and then move yourself forward. And stick to your deadlines, because milestone will ensure that you're reaching your destination on time. So guys, that was a quick webinar on my idea of success. I would like to know your views and feedback. Manju, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Manju. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Side, Dr. Preeti. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Preeti, I'm done with my
Okay.
presentation.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you
Welcome.
very much for your
Welcome.
valuable words and for enlightening our students for a wonderful talk about the successful mantras in their life. And as you talked about the career, finance, relationship, physical and mental health, hobbies, spirituality, and lots of things which are very, very important. And if you keep all these things balanced in your life, then it can lead to a pinnacle in your life. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I would like to say there are very most important thoughts like first you have to believe everything which leads to positively to achieve your goal. The second is think deeply about the way to reach your goal. Third one is to stay in your destination after you find out the way. The next is wait for the perfect time. Good things are not happen soon. It takes time. And the last but not the least is retain in some way of your behavior after you reach your goals. So now
Absolutely.
it's the time for vote of thanks. So, on the behalf of Mr. Rajiv Kumar Gupta, President IMS Noida, Dr. Manju Gupta, Dean Academics, IMS Noida, Ms. Preeti Rani Rajwanshi, HOD IMS Noida, SOIT Department, I would like to thank Ms. Sheetal Jalwani for such a wonderful talk and enlightening our students about successful mantras in life. And I also thank all the HODs of various departments, all the faculty members, and all the students for joining the session. So thank you all. Thank you very much.